So today, I will be getting the platinum for Nioh. It's a game that I spent countless hours trying to master, and I'll be honest, I don't think I have.
This is fucking hard work doing what I do.
Nioh is a game that is a Souls-like. It's a very difficult game, and for me, it was a nightmare.
Oh god, what a nightmare.
So let's not waste time, let's get right down to it, let's go for that platinum.
Let's go, guys.
So the first son of a bitch in the way was this Onroki, Artichoke, whatever the hell he was. It was my first encounter with a boss that was a true yokai. And you know what? It was absolutely friggin' insane.
Oh my gosh!
So listen, I spent about 8, 9, maybe 10 hours trying to beat this fucker. And you know what happened? All of a sudden, something just clicked. Something inside me said, nope, not today, man. We got this. He tried to throw the silver ball at me, and I said, nah, I'm good.
Fuck this guy.
Then I had to take on this friggin' one-eyed monster, and he was done quick. And then it was Hino Ima. This woman was out of control from the onslaught. She had all these nasty things she was throwing out of her. I was paralyzed at one point. It was an absolute disgrace. I couldn't figure it out. It took me hours on end just to even have a chance at this woman. Like, she's flying and giving me no shot to be successful. And then I got her. After I won that boss fight, I had the motivation to continue. It was probably one of the hardest early game trophies that I had to earn. There were a ton more trophies that I'm not going to show gameplay for. There were the Mystic Arts where you had to go to dojos and beat a bunch of enemies and do a bunch of essentially extremely difficult tutorial missions. The Smith Shop, there were a couple that you had to buy.
Anything else? You're boring the whole off me.
Or spend a certain amount of money for a bunch of items. You had to forge items, you had to wear a disguise, and then there's just many other achievements that are pretty boring, to be honest with you. So hopefully I didn't lose you by now, but then I had to talk to this woman, and she was kind of cute, so I stopped and chatted for a while, but she really didn't have anything to say. Then I was on to fighting a couple of the undead, and they were a pain in the ass, and I eventually ran into this nasty-looking horned demon, took care of him pretty easily, didn't like him or any of his friends. And then it was time to fight the blob. This nasty dirtbag was the bane of my existence for at least 10 hours of the game. I literally was so pissed that I had to fight this guy that I unplugged my PlayStation 5 and I put it in the basement. I was about to basically throw it in the box and put it on Poshmark and say, hey, listen, $100, take my PlayStation 5, I'm out of here. But I didn't give up. This dude blasted me into oblivion. It was ridiculous.
Now let's quit fucking around with this bullshit.
I had to really dig down deep and flame up that weapon. And all of a sudden, I beat the sucker. It was the best thing that's happened in this game so far.
That sucked.
Then for another trophy, I had to like touch a wall or something and make a gesture, and all of a sudden he bowed, and then I got a trophy. So then I had some of the toughest side missions in the game to complete. I had this one with 2 samurai soldiers, which was really difficult, and then I had a 4th battle with Nioh, or however you pronounce it, the lightning-breathing lion, or tiger. And then I had these 2 wondrous individuals who literally took me, I don't know, 400 tries to finish. So difficult. I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot during this video, which I am, but I absolutely love the Nioh game. I thought they did so many great things well. The gameplay mechanics were outstanding. So I just want to add that in before I continue on complaining. Thanks for listening. So my platinum journey was drawing to a close. I had to run around grabbing a few green turtles, take a couple bats and some hot springs, and then some trophies popped. We were good to go. Time to move on.
What about my turtle?
We'll get the turtle.
So after fighting 7, yes, you heard that correctly, 7 bosses that I've already fought in the main game for the most part, I had to fight this final boss, or so I thought was the final boss. And this guy was pretty difficult, but you know what? I'm so strong at this point and so tough as a human being. He didn't get in my way. He literally stood no chance. I was super pumped. I figured I was all done. And then all of a sudden, the guy from Cobra Kai comes out and tries to knock my brains out. Like, what's going on here, guys? I thought it was over. So then I had to fight Edward Kelly. I beat him pretty easily. And then we move on to the climax of the entire game. Again, so I thought. Then, all of a sudden, Clifford, the big red dragon, pops out of nowhere. And now we're in big trouble. Like, dude, I thought I was getting the platinum. And all of a sudden, I have to beat this huge dragon? Like, what is going on? This is not fair. This was not what I signed up for. But then, all of a sudden, I wiped the floor with him, picked up some rare resource or material, and that popped two trophies. So now, I was sitting pretty. I just beat the game. Not quite, folks. It's not that easy. I had to walk over to this dead body, or what I thought was a dead body, look at it, kind of sit on the beach and think, wow, having a great time here just sitting on the beach. I wish the sun would come up so I can get a tan. And then I stabbed the guy. Seemed like the reasonable thing to do. And then, you guessed it, a trophy popped.
That was fucking awesome.
But it wasn't over, and Dan from Nickelodeon popped on my screen, and all of a sudden changed into Big Dan. And now I had this incredibly tough challenge ahead of me in this grotesque monster back in England called 100 Eyes. This guy had so many eyes that he could see every move that I was gonna do, that I already did, that somebody in the other room did, that somebody 45 years ago did. It was ridiculous. What was I gonna do? So I did what any normal game would do, run around like a little bitch for a little while. After that, I grew a pair, ran over to this dude, and I stabbed him right in the face. I have achieved the impossible. I was the Elden Lord, and now I am the ruler of the world of England as Nioh. So then, I had this cool little gem, threw it in my pocket, took my little fairy dusting angel with me, and I sailed off to a new land. One where I'd have to go into Nioh 2.
Miss Honey, I did it.
I am the best fighter in the world.
So at this point, I have already won everything there is to win in the world. I beat Nioh. However, I still had to fight this goddamn tiger one last time for 2 more trophies, one being completing all missions, and the ultimate trophy, the one we all know as the platinum. So anticlimactic, but I actually ended up beating him after I died here on the next time. So just gonna pop the trophy. I got the platinum. Woo! Nioh took me 71 hours to platinum, and I loved every second of it.
I love that game.
So that's it, guys. That was my take on the ultimate trophy hunting experience. That made no sense. And the platinum for Nioh. So I had a blast playing. Hope you enjoyed your time watching it. And if you did, please consider like and subscribing for more. I'm not sure what my next platinum is going to be, but you damn well better be sure that I'm going to be doing one. Thank you so much for watching. I am D Patriot. Have a great day.
That was fucking awesome!